everyone. Welcome to TAC on the Set. Today we have another Journey to Poldark on-set interview for you.
Today we're talking to Caroline Blakiston,
who plays Aunt Agatha.
Now, there's a little something we have to explain with this interview because we were actually on a working set that day. When the bell would ring, we'd know they were filming right next to us, so we had to whisper. So at some points in the interview, it's a little hard to hear, but we think you'll really enjoy. Hello, we've got Caroline Blakiston with us.
I'm all excited now.
So
Aunt Agatha.
Aunt
Welcome
Agatha.
to the PoldarkDish. Have you heard of the PoldarkDish?
I've never heard of anything. Go on, tell me.
Well, we're a show that recaps Poldark in a sort of silly, comedic way.
Good.
And we have huge fans all around the world that are fans of Poldark and fans of yours.
Oh, good.
So you were telling us about your beautiful ring that you
wear. Anyway, I wear this belonged to my great aunt Flora. It's not diamonds and rubies as it looks. It's pretty, it's silver, and I think it could easily be a bit of glass, but it may be a bit of but the shape, I think, is really interesting. By the way, if you're looking at my fingernails, you're welcome. I've grown these fingernails for Aunt Agatha because she's old. Who would have cut her fingernails? She lives upstairs by herself. She's rather bad-tempered.
Exactly.
Who would have cut? So I grew them, and I grew them, and some of them have snapped, and that makes it look even better. She's trying to have a 100th birthday. So anyway, there they are. They're historic.
Are we going to celebrate Aunt Agatha's 100th birthday?
I'm not telling you anything because everything is secret in this building.
Well, what we did here, and we won't be giving anything away by saying this, someone told us that the couple to watch in season 3 is George Warlegan and Aunt Agatha, because I hear you have some very good banter and some good moments.
Do you love to spar with George?
Listen, George and I are the best enemies you could possibly have in this story. We've had a terrific scene this morning between us. We were like this, and it was a scene that could make us both, end us both, you know, because it was so violent, without physical, but just mental games and stuff like that. George, of course, Jack, who plays George, is of course the nicest actor you've ever met.
He's a sweetheart.
He's adorable.
Yes.
He's absolutely adorable, so that's not a problem. He's absolutely no, but it's the greatest fun is to have a sparring partner in something. We have a wonderful time. Aunt Agatha's a wonderful role.
You'd say so much with your eyes, too, while George was talking to you. Your inner monologue was just
absolutely brilliant.
We
watched the whole series. We watched everything.
That's good.
Absolutely.
So,
can you tell us anything about season 3 without giving anything too much away?
Not a sausage.
Not a thing.
I don't think it's allowed. I think whereas I was in Star Wars film, and I remember having to sign a secrecy thing. I was in the Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, she was Mon Mothma.
Wow.
Yes.
And I had to sign a piece of
confidentiality.
Confidential, but my part was 8 lines. And I was being interviewed by somebody for Time magazine or something the other day. They rang from Los Angeles. And so I had this 8 or 9 line speech. And I got that very difficult material to learn because it's not what any of us would ever speak in that sort of way. And I got there and they said, oh, by the way, you're not saying that, you will be saying this.
Oh, no.
Well, that's pretty brutal.
Yes.
And that's what happened.
But you did it well.
Okay.
Oh, we have to be quiet.
They're taping now, so we have to be quiet.
Okay, now you can finish the story about your ring.
So whenever I'm in a costume drama, this counts as a costume drama.
Yes.
I wear this ring and I wear it on this finger. If I was in a play by Oscar Wilde, Act That Theatre,
Haymarket, yes.
which I've been in an Oscar Wilde play in that theatre. I wore this ring, so I always wear it when I'm in what I call a fancy dress play, because it's rather sweet, and I remember it.
It's your good luck charm.
Sort of, and it's a very, very good shape. It's a sort of historic shape, I feel, isn't it? A bit medieval-ish.
And you've got elegant fingers, and it accentuates the long line of it.
Maybe, yes.
Did you learn to read tarot cards for the show?
You could say yes.
So you can see if it's going to be a good day of filming by your first spread.
No, I look that up in the newspapers, because they know better than I do. Yes, I do know. This is a very delightful, delicious job. There's something, it's become, over the 3 series, it's become like a family.
Yes,
affair.
you can
And
feel
when
it.
you get a company which has become a family, you trust each other. Everybody knows each other. We've all acted together in various parts.
You can
of
tell
the
it's a
story.
family.
And you can tell it's a family. So we feel secure. We feel safe. You do a difficult scene with someone, that's fine, because nobody's going to let anybody fall.
Yes.
You all save each other.
Yeah. Do you get much rehearsal time? Because we
None at
notice
all.
on the set, it's
No.
bang, bang,
Bang,
bang.
bang.
I noticed that. And when you're double banking like
Yeah.
this, do they ever have you in work both units?
Probably.
Because it's just
Probably.
crazy to see
Yeah.
how much work
Yeah.
went into one scene yesterday.
I mean, Aidan, who plays Ross, I mean, he's like, I don't know how he gets through it, because he has so many different.
Now, we love Aidan Turner. Everybody knows we fan ourselves.
Well, you're
What can you tell us? Do you love working with him?
Well, I had 3 scenes with him in this series, and I think I had 1 scene with him in one other series. That's all I've ever done with him.
Oh.
So it's like sort of meeting a stranger who is related to me, 'cause he's my nephew. And I look at this person, I think, well, yes, you're absolutely marvellous. And what is wonderful, when after the first series he became a hero,
Yes.
Yes.
an icon. Everybody wants to meet him or touch him.
Yes.
And what he has done with the part, now he's developing the character so that he becomes
Yes.
not just a hero, just an icon. He becomes a grown man. Now, how
Yes.
about that?
Yes.
So he's made that development.
There's so many
into being-
dimensions. Yeah.
So it's like he is saying he knows as a character. He knows about himself as a character. Now, I'm not talking about the actor. I'm saying Ross Poldark.
Yes.
He's learning about himself.
Yes, you can
And
see
he's
that.
done that because of Aidan, who plays the part.
Brilliant.
So you see Ross developing as a man who begins to be understanding about himself, his weaknesses, his strengths.
I think we're okay. We can talk.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I admire that very much. You know,
Yes,
to
great job.
develop
We've
the
seen,
character.
we've seen the
make
character
him up and
evolve
more. Yeah.
through
what
his
would you
work.
like to see him play in the theatre?
Bond.
What would you like to see?
Oh,
Bond.
in
You'd
theater,
like to see
James
him do
Bond. We'd love to see him as James Bond. What would you like to see him
Well,
do?
I had a brief
Hamlet?
discussion.
Would you like to do Hamlet?
Oh, yes, but I had a brief discussion because he played such a fun Rossetti in Desperate Romantics.
Yeah.
I said, there are very few actors, I think, who've captured Byron. I think he could
would be a
absolutely
wonderful
capture Byron.
You're quite right. he
Yes, because usually,
adorable.
I don't know, they lose something. And I think he could play all aspects of it,
Yes,
and
he
you'd still
could.
be rooting for him,
Yes, he
the way
could.
you do for
And he could
Poldark.
swim the Hellespont, couldn't he? Because he's a big, strong athlete.
Yes, he's taller than I thought he would be.
When
Yes,
I saw
very
what
tall.
Aunt Agatha was up to, I half expected to see you zipping by on a Vespa because they've got you really hopping in this series. And you have wonderful rapport with the children too, with Jeffrey Charles.
Jeffrey Charles and I, we're great friends.
Oh, they're
We
adorable.
have secret little signs we do, and we have some nice scenes. We had a wonderful scene with some living creatures, which I won't talk to you about unless you.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you so much
sorry.
for joining
I could
us.
talk to you for days.
It's a really fascinating interview with her. I know the two of you got on really well.
Oh, I love her.
And it was really exciting for us because just on the other side of the flat was Warlegan and Dr. Eye Candy in a really intense scene.
Yeah.
So there was some really serious work going on this week.
Oh, the day that
really
we were
emotional
shooting.
scenes.
Yeah, the couple days we were on the set there, we know so much happened. They
Yes.
packed so much into those couple of days. They must all be exhausted by the end of the day. Anyway, I hope Caroline Blakiston forgives me for all of my shaking and.
But she was fascinating. I hope you enjoyed it, even though it was a little hard to hear, because it really was exciting for us to sit next to her and talk to her
She's
on the
a
set of
legend.
Poldark. She's a
She
legend.
is.
And she was so gracious with her time. So thank you so much, Caroline Blakiston. And thank you all for watching.